have to pray through some days. I did that today. As a matter of fact, I was telling Peggy before we came on that this was my daughter had a whole morning meltdown because her
Mm.
iPad wasn't charged.
Wow.
And
Yep.
she can't function without it. She's nonverbal, and so she relies on it
Mm-hmm.
to speak. And so
Right.
it's a part of her.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a nightmare. But anyway, so you
Oh.
just can't plan for days like that. So
Right.
we did school after the iPad was charged. And
Mm-hmm.
so I had to pray through that. And after she got her iPad back, she went outside on a swing, and I went to sleep for an hour because that's how traumatized I was from it. So there's a lot of prayer in there too. And if you're
Mm-hmm.
not a prayer, then sometimes I'm calming your mind before each day or for each day, because a calm mama is going to do much better with a special needs child in homeschool, and especially if you're homeschooling multiple children. I'm not really going to talk about that tonight,
Mm-hmm.
but I do know what it's like to homeschool multiple children and have them all different levels and stuff like that. So
Right. We're going to
whatever I'm
focus on
saying
that in
for
September. I think we have a whole month on
oh
that in
oh
September.
cool
So, yeah.
oh good coming up, stay
Coming
tuned.
up. Yes, exactly.
So you'll need to calm yourself, and then the other thing is emotional fortitude is what I call it,
Mm.
because there are ups and downs because one day is up, next day's down. And it's an
Right.
emotional
Yeah.
roller coaster. And you really can't, even though we do, you really can't live like that long term. It's
Mm-hmm.
just not healthy. And so you can kind of prepare yourself for some of that ahead of time by the planning and the prayer, but also
Mm-hmm.
just knowing that it's going to happen. And I just heard about
Yes.
something. I was listening to a summit this week, and it's called Tiny Habits. And there's a
Hmm.
book about it, and there's a whole website and all this stuff.
Hmm.
But it's basically about having a reward system. So when you want to change your habits, you have a trigger and then you make your little tiny habit and then you reward yourself. So what I'm pulling out of that for
Hmm.
emotional fortitude is the self-reward system. And sometimes it's just like saying, I did a great job. I just taught my
Yeah.
child something, or we do it naturally with our special needs kids. Like, hey, you did this.
Right. Yeah.
You can. I know it sounds goofy, and it's hard to do, but
Mm-hmm.
so I've done it. I just heard about this a couple of days ago, and I've been doing it in the morning. So the example they gave in the conference was, your feet hit the floor, and that's your trigger because your feet hit the floor every morning to get out of bed, and then
Mm-hmm.
you say, "This is going to be a great day." And you do one of these, and it just kind of changes your attitude. So if you can think of
Mm-hmm.
little tiny habits like that you want to add into your homeschool to give you that emotional stability that you will need homeschooling a special needs child, I would recommend that.
Yeah.
So all of those are kind of the parts of organizing yourself. Have a plan, pray, and prepare yourself emotionally.
Those are all great. That's yeah. You need those reset moments almost. Just
Mm-hmm.
to because if you allow the ups and downs that travel through your life to control you, it is it's a roller coaster. So it's like those little checkpoints. That's great. I love that.